You are now watching Now That's TV.
Yeah, that was how I felt too. Hey y'all, it's me, your girl GiGi Maguire, Miss Show Me the Money, clearly. And this is Pink Conversations, exclusively on NowThatsTV. Listen, we about to get to it. You hear me? We about to get into the real, the raw, the all of in between with the who, what, where, the why, the how. And if you know me, you know I get straight to the point and I keeps it all the way 100. So get ready if you ain't ready and tell a friend to stay ready. Tune in and see what's next. Meanwhile, I got my girl KK here with me.
Hi.
Right? So KK is here exclusively from V12 to curate our experience here on Pink Conversations with me and my gorgeous guests. But before we get into that, baby, I need a cocktail.
What would you like?
You know me. I see we got that tequila over there.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like you should mix me up something sweet and tangy with a little bit of razzle-dazzle. Razzle-dazzle me, girl. Oh, girl, I can tell that's good from here. Look at the glass all frosty.
Here you go.
Thank you, gorgeous.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Let's try it now. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I have a wonderful guest joining us today. She's such an amazing person, and I'm so glad to have her joining us today. Miss Deelishis, please come grace the couch with your presence. But wait, before you sit, I need a little razzle-dazzle from Corbin. Can you come give Miss Deelishis her 360, please?
Hey,
this
Corbin.
is your paparazzi moment, honey. Give us a little something. Yes.
You got my best angle? How beautiful.
Hi, honey.
You look so great.
So much for joining me. Can I have a seat on my beautiful pink couch?
Oh my goodness, this is so sexy.
I love it.
I love it too.
I like
Okay.
dreamed of this, and it came true.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
This is like so big.
Thank you so much.
So how are you feeling?
I feel grateful.
Okay.
Yes.
Why grateful?
Because I worked so hard to get to this point. It's been such a long 10 years with me in this media space. It's been such a long 20 years with me with my strip career, you know, in the past. So it's just like every moment that I've had, every door that I was able to knock down has led to this. And I couldn't be more appreciative for this moment and this opportunity. So,
Okay.
yes.
So you appreciated the journey.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. All of the lessons, all of the experiences, everything that I've done, the good, the bad, and the ugly has led me here. You know, we live and we learn, right? And we take our life lessons and we turn them into what?
Their experiences.
We turn those experiences into lessons.
Lessons
and
and
lessons, exactly.
Yeah.
And then we move forward and we do what with them? We make better decisions.
We do. Listen,
and we climb and we elevate.
the evolution that comes from all of that is like the hindsight or the bottom line.
Yes.
It's crazy.
And here we are.
Yes, here we are.
So thank you again for joining
You're
me.
so welcome.
Cocktail?
Yes, please.
So
So good.
I named this cocktail the Deelishis.
Okay.
This is KK. She actually named it. The
KK.
Deelishis.
Hi. You're so sexy.
So,
Thank you.
KK has one for you, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Deelishis.
Deelishis.
Okay, so what is it made of?
It's a margarita, but with a special little deliciousness.
Okay, and I like a good margarita. It feels like so female forward. Okay,
Yes.
so first of all, I'm so nervous.
Why, girl?
Because, okay, so I just have to just let it go. You are like female, like iconic. You're so feminine.
Don't
and
make me
sexy
cry, girl. Coming
and
from you
confident.
of
No,
all
really,
people.
it's like a big deal because you're GiGi Maguire.
Oh, it's
Like my
just-
daughter, she's 26, so she's like, Mom, you always say GiGi with, you know, you give her this valor and this merit. What does she do? We're going to her podcast. What does she do? I'm like, oh my gosh, she is like so feminine forward. She's very sexy. She's a poleologist.
Yes,
she's
ma'am.
a sexologist.
Yes,
She
ma'am.
looks amazing. And she's a woman, not to mention she's a mother.
Cheers
So-
to you. Thank you.
Cheers.
I
You got all the
appreciate you so
accolades.
much. Thank you. Thank you.
Big
thank
deal.
you.
So what's
Yes.
up?
Girl, let's get into, you see my cards, girl.
Uh-oh, I'm nervous.
So there's a table on the other side if you want to sit your drink down.
Okay, cool.
You can hold on to it if you
Well,
want
this
to.
is really
but,
good.
Yeah. Cheers again.
Cheers.
Welcome to Pink Conversations.
Oh.
Welcome to my pink couch.
Yes, I love to hear. By the way, when I first came in,
Mhm.
they greeted me with like drinks and flowers and all this stuff.
Mhm.
By the way, I got you flowers too.
Oh,
So I'll make
you
sure
know
to
I
give
got
them
some
to
flowers.
you.
Yes.
Yes,
yes.
absolutely. But they got me drunk.
Already?
Yes. Shout out to your staff.
I'm gonna
Thank
sit
you,
my drink
fellas.
down.
Thank you.
Because I need to hold on to these cards. So you are from one of my favorite places.
What up, though?
What up, though? First of all, I always have such a good time when I go to Detroit.
Baby, there's no other place like the D. And I'm from the east side of Detroit, so it's like the beast.
They say that's the best side.
Yes, you know,
Yeah.
like I'm cool. I represent Detroit, so I'm cool with the East and the West, but I'm from the East Side. So we were labeled the Beast, and the West was labeled the best, and they both had like different. Yeah, it was rough on the East.
I love that.
Yeah, the East Side is rough.
It's the thing. Like,
But it's all good.
Yeah. I spend a lot of time there these days because my boyfriend lives there.
Wait a minute.
Well, he's from Ann Arbor. But
Okay.
but I fly in and
Well, north.
we spend a little time in the city. We always in the city. Like,
How
I
do-
haven't even been to Ann Arbor yet.
How did that? Okay,
Right.
that's a different experience than Detroit.
He keeps saying I need to come up there, but
You do.
I ain't made it up there yet.
It's a different experience. Detroit is more, I would say, urban. Ann Arbor is more like a college town.
Right. That's what he's
So
saying.
yeah, and it's not necessarily the blackest environment, but it's cool. It's diverse, and it's a part of Michigan, so I rock with it.
Right.
But how did you end up meeting somebody from Michigan?
I was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So way to meet him.
I was at an event with Angela Yee.
Okay,
We were
shout out
actually
to you.
celebrating. Excuse me. Yeah, shout out to you. We were actually celebrating a 2-year anniversary of her show Way Up.
Yes.
Right.
Shout out to
That
Angela
she
Yee.
was,
Way up.
you know, she was on the Breakfast Club, as everybody knows,
Yep.
and the station and iHeart, they gave her own show. So
Yes.
Way Up, we were
Really good.
celebrating 2 years, and we were at this rooftop, you know, situation, and it was grown and sexy, and he approached me and just like said all the right things, and I was just like, yeah.
So how did you know it was the right thing? Because I mean,
So,
you're Gigi. I'm sure you've heard
girl, I didn't at first.
it all. Okay.
Yeah, it's almost 9 months now, and we kind of just made it official like a month ago.
Okay, nice. What makes it official?
Oh, we had the conversation. We
Okay.
had the commitment conversation.
And he
Yeah.
said, "Listen, I want you to be my girl. I want you to be my wife."
Yeah,
Like,
yes,
what was
all
the
of the
commitment?
things, all of the
Wait,
things.
so he wants to get married?
Yes,
And are you comfortable with that?
I am.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, not immediately. You know, I made that mistake already. So not immediately. I did the 65-day fiance thing. He proposed 3 days after we had sex. It was the whole thing, but no.
No. Okay, wait a minute. You can't just say that. What happened?
That was my last relationship.
Okay, so you did 65-day fiance?
Yes, I did.
How
I
does-
didn't like the show or anything.
Oh,
like that.
okay. Wait, how does that work? Wait, how does that work?
So it was a guy that I knew in a business sense,
Okay.
and we hadn't seen each other in a very long time, and we crossed paths,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, it was a romantic encounter.
Mhm.
I went to Costa Rica like right after that, so we talked on the phone for like a week or two,
Okay.
maybe 10 days, and when I came back, we went on a date. The first night I got back, 30 minutes into the date, he's like, "I want to commit to you and this woman. I want you to be my woman." He's like, "God,
Did you think he was crazy?
You're the woman I was praying for." No, I didn't.
Because you felt the
Because I
energy.
knew him already. So
Okay.
it wasn't like he was just a stranger weirdo saying
Okay.
these things. Like,
Right.
It was a rekindle
knew
type
you.
of thing. We knew each other, but not in a romantic way.
Right. I get it. I get it.
So for you to now see me in this new light and feel like you got hard eyes.
But that didn't scare you.
No. So, girl, you know I'm a little crazy, right?
Yeah.
So, so he's like, "If you say yes today, it'll be our anniversary." So I'm like, "Okay." Girl, by the end of the night, we make it in the hot tub.
Okay, I like this date already.
And it was good, girl. It was so good. And then the next day, he's like, "Don't you want to call the movers and move all your stuff in?" And I'm like, "No, I want to live with you."
And he was serious.
He was dead ass. So then the next morning, he goes, "No, like, we're really," and I'm like, "No, we're not doing that."
You
So then the
nothing.
next morning, because I'm still there, the next
So you
morning,
never left.
I stayed there for 30 days straight. I did. So for day 3, he's like, "Why don't you want to live with me?" And I'm like, "I made that mistake before living with a man
Yeah.
that I was not married to. And the only way I will ever live with a man again is if it is our marital home."
Yes.
So he's like, "Well, let's just get married."
And even that you can get screwed out of. Okay.
Girl, don't, because you know it, right?
Okay,
We
yeah.
talk about that. We talk about that. It's
Yeah.
in the cards. Yeah, girl, this story is crazy. Everybody thinks I'm crazy for this story. And I'm about to tell you all of the whole thing real quick, because we got to move on.
Okay.
So day 3, he's like, "Let's just get married." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "I already know I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Like, what do you need?" And I'm like, "What is this?" We're laying in the bed naked first thing in the morning.
Right.
I'm like, "Is this a proposal? Like, where's my ring?" And by coincidence, we have the same jeweler. So
Okay.
he's like, "We can get Chris on the phone right now. We can go see him."
Okay, so my question to you is this. It sounds like a fairy tale because it's 3 days in,
Yeah,
and you
girl.
are obviously into him. You guys are sexual, and he's doing his
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Was there any part of you that said, "Okay, I deserve this. I'm gonna do it"?
So I'm a Gemini, and you know I'm half crazy.
Right.
So the same Gemini was like, "I deserve this,"
Right.
and then the crazy Gemini was like, "Bitch, YOLO."
Yeah.
You could die tomorrow.
Right.
So
Right.
just say yes.
Right.
What's the worst thing? that can happen?
I'm that person,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But
So I said yes. We went and saw the jeweler. My ring was being custom made, and I got his name tattooed on me. We made an announcement. I told the world. I announced it on lip service, and everybody thought I was cool for coconut. They were on TikTok going in on
wait,
me.
now I do remember that.
Yes. I announced on lip service. They was
Oh
going
my
crazy.
I
And
didn't- I
then
thought it
to wrap this up,
was
because we got to move on.
Right.
To wrap this up, so things changed after the first 30 days because now I'm not going to work. I can't lay up with you and be in your house and all that. I got shit to do.
Right.
Things changed. I voiced what I didn't like. He didn't make a move. I voiced it again. He still didn't budge. I peaced out, and it was over.
What didn't you like?
He just wasn't giving me what I needed.
Sexually?
No, the sex was fine.
Okay.
It was good. But he wasn't giving me, like, I need a certain type of communication.
Okay.
You know, it was kind of like out of sight, out of mind. Like, once I wasn't up under him, then it was a little different.
Okay.
And I was just like, I can't do this.
So Detroit or Michigan made it totally different.
Yes.
Okay. So he
Yes,
gives
yes,
you the
yes.
attention.
He gives me
the
all of the
focus.
he gives me all of the things. We haven't had sex yet though.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. I haven't had sex in a year and 4 months.
girl.
Yeah. It's like,
We 9 months in. It's
How
a lot of
that-
self-pleasure. It's a lot of turning my room into a barbershop. And
I gotta
know
give
what
you your
mean.
flowers for that. Speaking of,
Oh.
because that's a big deal. But can I get flowers?
Oh, girl. Did you know Lily was my favorite flower?
Now this is ghetto. There's no water here because I didn't want to spill. So can I sit them over here?
Yeah,
Okay,
please.
cool.
It goes right
Oh
with
my
everything.
goodness,
Thank you
that's perfect.
so much.
First
I
of
love
all,
a
it's a
flower. I love a
big
lily. It
deal.
smells so good. Thank you.
Wow. You're welcome. 9 months, no sex?
No sex.
So how's that for you?
A lot of self-pleasure.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm down with
Yeah,
that. That works.
yeah, a lot of
It
self-pleasure.
feels odd for me because I have 2 daughters, 26 and 14.
Mhm.
So I don't do a lot of self-pleasuring either just because I feel self-conscious.
Because they're at
Well, my 14-year-old lives with me.
Okay.
So I'm just like, yeah, when I was dating, normally I wouldn't date anyone that lived in Atlanta.
Mhm.
So I'd have to travel to see the gentleman that I was seeing or whatever. So that's different. I
So
get
you're
that.
currently not dating.
I'm dating. I'm just not having
Not having
sex.
sex.
Yeah. So is that dating?
No, it's dating.
Okay.
Yeah. You're hanging out. You're getting to know people. You're going out on dates.
Yeah.
So
I,
that's
I
dating.
think the celibacy scares the men of today. Before that was a thing that you actually cherished or you looked at as a, that's precious that a woman would do that or whatever. Now I think it turns a man off because they feel like that they can get the same in a woman who's actually having sex. What's the reason you're not having sex?
I just felt like probably for the first time ever, well, not the first time, because I did 6 months before in a
Okay.
previous relationship. I just felt like
Sorry.
taking our time. So there's an age gap situation.
Okay.
He's 29. I'm 45.
You would think he was like really sexual, like all day.
Yeah, so we've slept together naked twice, and he only just cuddled with me all night. There was no sexual. That he didn't even touch a titty, girl.
Okay, wait a minute. You've been in a relationship for 9 months and you've only slept
Well, we
next-
met 9 months ago.
Okay.
We only made it official about a month ago, and we've
Okay.
only slept in the same bed twice.
Okay, that can happen. I can see
Yeah.
that.
And again, it's long distance.
Right.
So that's also a factor.
So are you making your celibacy a thing or it just hasn't
It's not
happened?
really celibacy. It just hasn't happened.
Okay, same
Yeah.
thing.
And there was
Okay.
an opportunity for it to happen, but I chose not to.
Right.
Because of the time. Like, he had an early morning flight. And I'm like, we ain't wait 8 months for you to get
To
up and
be a
leave. Like,
quickie.
we ain't about
Right,
to.
no.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
with
you about
that.
to live in this pussy, baby.
So listen, it's gonna become a thing for you.
Girl. So we talk about it. And he was actually supposed to come to Atlanta last week, but I chose to stay in Miami an extra day because I needed a little sun and a little R&R.
Fun.
So yeah, I guess the next time he comes to visit, which will be in a couple of days, I might.
So now it's at the top of your plans.
I already told him. We ain't got to keep waiting because, baby, especially now that it's official. Like,
That's what I
we
want.
got to
though.
consummate this situation.
Yes,
So,
now that you're in a title, I want that. I don't necessarily want to give out a title, but I want to feel so into a guy that I want to have sex. No man makes me feel like,
You know when I knew I really liked him, or maybe was in love,
when.
when I started like fantasizing about having sex with him while I was masturbating.
See, that's what
I was like, "Ooh, he got me."
yes, that was that was nice.
Did I just call his name?
See, when I want that, when I want
Yeah.
to fantasize or I want to make out with myself to the idea of a man,
Yeah, that's
and I'm
what
like,
it was for
okay,
me.
maybe we can get past the celibacy thing and do our our thing.
So you don't have like a hard out, pun
No.
intended, on this on the celibacy
no,
thing. It's just
like
when
it
you
wasn't
know.
even intentional. Like people are like, are you doing it for religious reasons? I would love to be able to say yes. I'm not. I just had a couple of bad relationships since my divorce. And I'm like, you know what? The one thing that catches me up, I'm a Capricorn, but I act like a Cancer. I'm real emotional. So,
Cancers are emotional.
baby.
Is that like your
Wait, you're a
rising
Cancer?
or I'm a Gemini?
Oh, you're a Gemini. That's
But
right.
that's the one thing I say about Cancers is that they some fucking sex.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm a Cancer because I'm emotional. So I think sex,
maybe Cancer might be in your chart.
it's definitely in there. My daughter told me it's my moon or something like that. But yeah, I'm like, listen, sex makes things that much more difficult because even if a person has a red flag, you'll start to try to turn them orange or pink because you're like, yo, I've had sex with them.
That dick could make you act stupid if it's good enough, girl.
Exactly. So I don't want
We can
that.
all attest to that.
Yeah, I want to like them for them and then the sex be a bonus.
Right.
So I'm just waiting on that person that turns me on a date to the point where I'm like, I want to go make out with myself at the idea of being with him. Nobody brings me to that.
And then you manifest it into it actually being him is what I'm doing right now.
That's what I'm trying to work. That's the goal.
So, you know, I've always been a fan. Before becoming a friend, I was always a fan. Do you remember when you came to Vanity Grand back in 2015?
Wait a minute. Okay, yes.
You remember?
I do.
That was when we first met.
That's when I met you
yes.
first.
The
Okay,
very
no, I was
first time.
trying to talk to Jason about like when was the first time?
It was so long ago.
It was in Philly.
Yes.
Okay.
I was
sense,
the
yes.
entertainment director at a strip club there, and you were booked to come host the
I
night.
love Philly. They always.
And
book
we
me
got
on
a
strip
picture. I
club.
gotta find the picture so we can add it into the mix.
Was Kat there?
But Miss Cat, I think
Yeah.
she was.
Always there.
I think she was.
Shout out to Philly. I
We
love
were
Philly.
up in the section. Remember, it was like up the
Yes.
steps in the section
No, I
above the
do remember.
stage. Yes.
Oh, it was a good time.
Prior to that, you've always been that girl. Like, so beautiful,
Thank
so
you.
gracious, so talented.
Thank you.
I will always have a key deep inside of the time that you sung on Flavor of Love when this girl was singing.
My
And then you
God.
sang.
Crazy. That's my viral moment. It's like, okay, you
Girl.
won the show, but the viral moment is when you sang.
when you
It's
sang.
crazy.
Girl.
Thank you. I
because
really do
you blew
appreciate
it
it.
down.
Thank you.
And besides that, we have mutual friends, Jason
Yes.
being one of them, B
Yes.
Mac being
Mac,
another, who I just
yes.
seen you with recently.
yes.
And it's just, I feel like even though we haven't spent a whole lot of time together,
Yeah.
it's always the same energy. It's always the
Yes.
same like frequency of just girl
I think
time.
that that's what women are lacking right now. I love that about you. When I see you, I'm like, okay, she got the same energy. I think that that's important. And I think that women should actually find that they have more, we have more in common than we,
Than differences.
than differences.
And we are
yes.
stronger in numbers when we stick together
Absolutely.
and when we hold each other down.
Girl, and it's a compliment to see, excuse my French, another bad bitch. I
Girl,
just
of
think
course you
that that motivates me.
Yeah.
That makes me feel
Yeah.
good. I'm
Same.
like amongst the right
Same.
crowd.
I am definitely a girl's girl
Yes, me too.
and rooting for them all.
This is good, by the way. Okay.
This
Is it Deelishis Rita?
The Deelishis Rita.
Baby, cheers.
So, you came into fame already as a mother
I was.
and of a daughter.
Yes, my daughter, I have two girls, Jasmine, who is turning 26, and Lexington, who will be 15. So when I started my career, it was back in 2006, and Jasmine was 5.
Okay. You are so famous, so fly, so fun.
Thank you.
What is life like being in that space as far as motherhood is concerned?
Oh my goodness, now motherhood is the bomb. I mean, because of their age and how close we've been to each other through everything in my adult life, we're like sisters. These are my daughters,
Same.
mind you.
Yeah,
But
I have that. My daughter's 28.
yes, so at a certain age, when she became an adult, she had a different type of respect for me. She found a different fondness for me as a woman, let alone her mom. So my oldest daughter and I, we clicked as she got older, and then my youngest, my divorce made her close to me because she saw me at my lowest point, and I found out that she had always admired me.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was like a big deal to find out that my daughter was mirroring me. So I'm like,
Your
what is
baby
it?
at that.
Yeah, my baby. I'm like, what do you see? Because my divorce, I don't know, it just felt like it broke me as a woman.
So speaking of your ex-husband, we don't have to mention his name if we don't.
Okay.
If
I
you
don't
choose not
mind,
to.
but I
The
get
world, you know, she famous enough for y'all to know who he is. Blending in with the family, how was that? How did your daughters take to him?
Oh my goodness, they
From the
loved my
beginning.
ex-husband.
Yeah.
They absolutely loved him. Like the world, we knew about his story from Netflix. So that show was so big. The story of When They See Us, which
Yeah.
talked about the exonerated 5, known back in 1989 as the Central Park
The
Five.
Central Park Five. Yes.
So we took a liking to him instantly. My kids did too. They're empathetic girls. So, and not that that's a bad thing. We were just empathetic to his story. So my children, knowing the type of person that I am, it made sense to them. They're like, oh yeah, I always go for the one that has a story. I am a sapiosexual, so
you feel like you're a healer?
Yes.
I feel that energy from you.
Thank you.
Because I feel the same way about myself.
But you know what? The thing about it is, when my divorce happened, I hated having that spirit because it felt like it rendered me weak. But I feel
you're
now,
taking from yourself.
yes,
You're pulling from within.
or I couldn't hide that happening
Your
to
empathy.
me in front of my kids.
Right.
My empathy, yeah. But now I feel different. I feel like I'm more of a vessel than a victim.
I love that.
Yeah, so I like to be that person that wants to be connected to healing. And I do realize, though, with all the things that I experienced in my divorce, that there is a stage of healing that doesn't belong to me, and God has to take that on.
Absolutely.
So I don't have God power. And even if I want to have a likeness of him, there are still some things that he has to take care of. And so not everything is my battle.
I love
So, yeah, once I got to that point, I felt a little better.
So you were married for 2 years.
Yes.
You know the people try to be messy and say you only married that man for his settlement money. How do you feel about that?
Well, two things. One, I don't even want to say he moved in with me.
Because not only that, you got your own money.
Yes, I was
And
about to
Ben had.
say.
You came into fame with your own coin.
You know what?
Let's not get it twisted.
You know what? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But let me tell you something.
Look, you put yours down, I'm picking mine up.
Right. It's so good. People who, you've had your career for a very long time. And so have I. It'll be 20 years next year in 26. I feel like this. Regardless of who I decide to marry, become best friends with, even
Break
an
that celibacy for.
occupation. Yeah, even break my celibacy for. My fan base at this point already knows if they mess with me or if they don't. So if someone said that, it wasn't because you believe that. It's because you're not a fan of mine.
You don't know me.
So you don't know me. And what's even better, if that's all you got, you have nothing. So I feel good about myself. Not only that, you're not discrediting me. Because I'm cool with being a platinum digger. I'm not even digging for gold. I like the platinum. I'm in a different, phase of my life. But I'll tell you this much. You didn't shit on me. You shitted on him because you said he had no value other than his money.
Other than that money.
So you made me know, never mind. Your projection of me does not have to be my reality. And this man fell in love. Now, love didn't have to last, but that doesn't mean that it didn't happen.
Right.
So, no, I recognize people. I like people to identify themselves. Not so I can bark back at you, but so I can avoid
I can see you.
Yes,
and
so
know
I
who
can
you
see
are.
you.
Yeah.
Life is way too short. I spend less time commenting on the naysayers.
Right.
And I like to be with the people that celebrate me.
Right.
Like when I got the call for you, I said, I am there. 110%.
Thank you.
Life is short. Like you said earlier, you're recognizing and having gratitude for the process rather than the end goal.
Yes.
A lot of times we're looking to try to connect to the end goal and we miss the whole idea of life.
Listen, the journey is what matters.
Yes, baby.
The journey is what
so
matters.
I'm on a journey.
Yes.
The naysayers, I'll tell you this much. I had 2 years of a marriage to someone that I know personally that I truly loved and cared about. It didn't work out, and that's okay. It's a part of the experience, and I know I helped a lot of people.
Will you marry again?
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
If
I
God
love
keeps
that
breath
for
in my body,
you.
girl, I'm a lover.
I love that
I will
for
love
you.
again and again and again.
Yes. So let's talk about Queen's Court.
Oh, goodness. Speaking of love.
Right. Speaking of love, I have to be honest with you, friend. I did not watch the entire episode. I mean, the entire season.
Well, then I feel bad.
But I did watch a lot of the episodes.
Then
I
I
watched
feel
almost. I'm so busy these days. Make I 3 jobs, man. Like I'm like a
Baby.
I'm doing so much.
No, I'm not mad at you.
So,
It makes me feel better.
Yeah, and K. Michelle's my girl too. So
No, shout out
I
to
was
K
watching for the
and
both of
Lisa
you and Lisa Ray. I don't know her personally, but I have always been a fan.
Yo, Lisa's
So
a pioneer.
seeing the 3 of y'all in this house and in this environment with these men in this competition,
Yes.
it was a good watch. I got to finish, but
Okay,
it was a good watch.
You know what? Well, I'm not with the guy that
Well,
not to give it away.
right.
But yeah, finish watching.
But just like the competition part of it, when you got the call and they told you, you're going to be with other ladies and a lot of men, and it's a whole dating thing from a dating show. That's how we first met you.
Flavor Flav.
So now you flip the coin and they
I'm in
are
the choosing
coming.
seat.
Exactly.
Yes.
So explain your POV and why you decided to do it and how was that for you?
Well, first of all, shout out to Will. When I tell you that to have a Will Packer production under my belt, that felt good. Just to be in the presence of Will Packer. He's amazing.
Yes.
And shout out to Peacock, Bravo, NBC Universal, Rodney and Holly Robinson T. Just to be amongst them was good for me because at that time I was in such a broken state in my life. On February 13, 2022, my ex-husband walked out on my family and myself. Devastating. I didn't
Just
think
like that blindsided you.
Well, I was out of town working on set. I was actually filming a movie.
Right.
So he walked out on
While you were gone.
And I don't want to make this a bashing about him. These are things that actually happened.
You're speaking your truth.
Yes.
He just don't happen to be a Academy Award.
I promise I don't have any beef with him. I pray for him daily. But that's what happened.
Yeah.
So February 13th was the last time that he was in our life. Fast forward to February 13th, 2023, my niece was killed in a mass shooting at Michigan State University.
I did hear about that. My condolences.
Thank you.
A year to the day.
A year to the day. So, and this is one day before Valentine's Day. So the love day breaks my heart every year.
Oh, baby.
Yes. So when they reached out, I was so numb to living that I said that this opportunity will, one, wake me up, put me around other women, and even give me back the idea or the desire that I may even want to connect to love. Because I had lost it. I was really, really numb, and I was feeling like love was not something that I was going to even encounter again.
So you went into this situation like maybe I can just
Wake me up.
maybe
I'm
it will.
numb.
Maybe it will happen for me.
Yeah.
So there was one guy, one scene in particular that stood out to me. Let's talk about Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chris.
Let's
That's a
talk
really
about
good friend
Chris.
of mine. Hey, Chris. If you're
So there was a point when you felt like Chris was not being a gentleman.
Yeah.
He was being a little sassy from what I can tell.
Yeah.
He had a little sass at the table,
Oh, wait.
child, in the kitchen, right?
Yes.
And, you know, he was saying that he wasn't feeling the whole process and that he was ready to go, basically. And you had just saved him because
Yes.
Kate Michelle was ready to kick his ass to the curb.
Yes. Are you talking
And-
about Zach?
Wait, am I talking about two different people?
Okay, so is he Caucasian or black?
The black guy.
Okay, he's black as Chris.
So Chris.
But Chris was always my guy.
Oh, okay.
But
so it
that
was.
happened
So it
with
was
Zach.
Okay, I had the two
That definitely
confused.
happened with Zach. And
So Zach was
Oh,
Kate
no.
Michelle. It's Chris, right?
You almost walked out. So you're talking about Chris from out of Michigan.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
my
yes,
God.
yes.
Chris, I had just saved him.
You had just saved him because Kate
I
Michelle was
stopped
ready to
watching after that.
Yeah, okay. So Kate Michelle was ready to, and you saved him by giving him another chance, and he turned sassy on you and told you that he wasn't feeling the whole situation, and he eliminated himself.
Girl, I hated me
So
on the
then
show.
you had to realize that Kate Michelle was right.
Well, I didn't. Okay, so first of
Now
all,
she should have given us something.
no, but you know what? I'll put it to you, like, the premise of the show is this. It's a very difficult thing to do because you wouldn't do it in real life. Well, I wouldn't. I wouldn't date multiple men while knowingly dating other women. So that's already something that's going to be difficult. But when you put three women that are strong in their presence with a, not even assertiveness, but we have strong presence. These are not, and we're not really opposite of each other. So you know that there's going to be some type of back and forth. She's going to maybe like the same guy that I like or vice versa. So that's already complicated.
Already.
But then when you tell me, well, I had a bad time with him, I may have a good time with him. I'm a sapiosexual.
You're not going to get the same version of
I
somebody
may
that.
not.
Yeah.
Right. So
The energy isn't the same.
not to mention, I'm loyal to a fault sometimes. He's from Detroit, so I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
And so I wanted to keep him there. But watching the show, I hated my personality because I felt like a doormat. I felt like I was thirsty to keep someone around and not be abandoned.
In hindsight, why do you think that you...
My ex-husband abandoned me. So
Okay.
it did give me some abandonment issues. And I learned a lot from Queen's Court about myself, which is why I did the show, because I needed to not be so
So it
numb.
helped.
Oh my goodness, it helped. And shout out to all of the men that were on Queen's Court. I don't think that I was bad to them, but I just know that they dealt with me during a time where I was really,
So you
really
ended up
emotional.
not crowning a guy I know Lisa Ray did. Did K. Michelle crown the guy?
I'm the only one that crowned the guy.
Oh, you did crown the guy. Oh, okay. See, I didn't finish.
That's why I said I'm glad you didn't finish
Yeah, I
because
didn't
I'm
finish.
not with him.
So now I got to make sure I put that on my top of the priority
Ah,
list because
damn.
now I got to see what happened, friend.
But no, shout out to him. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but
So-
he and I are friends.
So you did crown the guy. So my next
I
question,
did.
because I didn't know that you crowned the guy,
Yeah.
was do you feel like the guys on the show were on your level? But if you crowned the guy, then clearly
Well, no,
you felt something for him.
You know, that was my empathetic side. And I don't want to disregard his value as a man,
Mhm.
but we've even had a conversation after the show. He felt like maybe you shouldn't have chose anyone. If anybody was broken in that cast, it was me.
Okay.
So it would have taken a miracle or just that actual person for me to walk away with my pick. Me choosing someone actually showed me, girl, you got a little pattern. You fall into stories.
Okay.
And you are like,
You put your cape on and want to save a hoe.
MacGyver in this bitch. Like, yes, like sit down. No, you
Let me
don't need
fix you.
anyone in this group, not because they are not worthy, but because they are not your match.
So I need your next man to come completely healed and ready to help uplift you.
Yes, and you know what? Don't that sound selfish?
No, it
Because
does
to say
not.
completely healed, I don't ever want to like.
No. I
There's
need
my
him to come
empathetic
ready.
side.
I need
Sorry,
him to
you're
come
right.
ready.
Yeah, come ready.
I
But
feel
if
like
you have
mine came
a
ready.
Problem or two. Nobody's perfect.
See, nothing, no butts, no pedal, no butts, no butts.
Right.
Come ready
You come ready
for all of this fabulous.
for all of this fabulous.
And speaking of all of this fabulousness, you're reality star, you're entrepreneur, you're actress. Let's talk about you as an actress.
I love that. Oh my goodness, I love it so much.
That's my next step. That's the next thing I want to get.
Girl,
I need to lock in some roles.
It's a different environment. I like the idea of becoming a character or pushing myself to the limits. I graduated from Detroit High School for the Fine and Performing Arts.
I
so
went to
that's
performing arts high school
baby,
too.
it's in our background, it's in our DNA.
Wow.
So I like the idea of becoming a character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to always be in my box, even though at the beginning of my
Girl, can
career
you
I
see
got
these cards?
typecast.
Can you see these cards?
No.
Okay, because
what's the question?
do you feel like they put you in a box?
Yes.
Because of how you look, because of
Yes.
who you are, because of how you naturally give the boom.
You know what? And I kind of
That
fought
confidence.
myself. I fought myself a little bit.
Mm.
Because if you don't step outside of your pretty, then they may only think that that's what you're capable of. They're giving you an opportunity. But, you know, sometimes when they send me now, when they send me the script, I know they'll send me the character that they wanted me to try out for. But now I jump
Read
in
through
and
the script
ask,
and
can I-
see what's
Yes,
up with
I
this
ask-
one. I
can
like
I do
that.
that character?
So what
It's
would
how
be
I
your
got my
dream?
lead.
What would be your dream role?
Ooh.
Like what kind of
Well,
character
I've
would
done
you like to
Psycho.
play?
First of all, I'm tired of dying. Every movie that I've done so far,
You die. Every
Every
single
some
one.
way. I'm out of here. I don't like it. But if it happens in a movie rather than real life, I'll take that.
I know that's right.
But I think I want a role where it's age appropriate, meaning that I don't know why we frown on age. Every day is a blessing to be here. But I'm 47. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with what 47 represents. So I don't have to have the sexy role. I'm cool with being a mom or being, I just want that role where I'm able to introduce 47 and be comfortable in it, and it brings a good light for what that
Right.
age group is.
Right.
Whatever.
How do you feel about sex scenes?
I'm better now. Shout out to Tristan Fasikas out of Detroit, by the way. Tristan Fasikas got me all the way together. And shout out to Kevin Savage and to
Did
the
you have a
others.
intimacy coach on set?
Well, with Tristan, no.
Okay.
But to my past sex scenes, we did have a coach or whatever. And then the gym, it wasn't them.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that your co-star has to have that in them too. Because that was the thing with Tristan. Tristan said, listen, where can I touch you? Where can I not? What are you comfortable with? Okay, cool.
What's your absolute?
Yes.
Don't you dare.
And then
Right.
he asked me something like, okay, what was your most amazing sexual encounter?
Oh,
That's not something that you
let me sip straight,
Sip
honey.
He was smart.
You got another round ready? Cause we going.
Baby. Because that took my head to a space of, okay, I can describe that for you and tell you what that's like, which give him insight. Because he doesn't know me. He's known me for 15 minutes.
Right.
As opposed to the script, requires that he's known me for a minute. So I think that his questions is what made the sex scenes work. And we were explosive.
Made you comfortable.
Oh my God. Shout out to, and no disrespect, he's married. But it was amazing to work with someone who knew what to do, how to direct me.
So I have the Magic City documentary coming to Stars. It's a 5-part docuseries.
Congratulations.
I narrate the entire 5 episodes.
That's juicy.
I interview, of course. I have producer credit.
Okay.
And there's a little more tea that I can't spill right now.
Such
But
a boss.
in the very first episode, These Titties is out.
Yours.
Mine.
Okay, how nice. I can't
I'm
wait. When does it come out
topless
again?
in the summer.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, late summer.
my
I am
calendar.
topless in the first episode. And I filmed this 2 years ago, right?
Okay.
Prior to 65 Day Fiance, prior to my current
Relationship.
boyfriend. Right. So with it, you see where I'm going with this? So with it coming out soon and us, forming this commitment, I had to have a talk with him and let him know that, my titty's finna be on Stars
Right.
for all of your friends and family to see. How do you feel about it?
And
So we had to talk about it, and he's like, "That you're working, and it's something that you already did before me, and as long as you ain't flashing everybody on the red carpet, then we good."
So how did that feel for him? What was his reaction to that?
He was like, that's lit. Like, he's not just a complete nobody himself.
Okay.
Like, he has a little industry. He's a ghostwriter. He writes for a few people in Detroit. He has some singles that's been out in that.
Did it
he made a little
intimidate
coin
him?
From. I don't think it did. I think it enticed him. I think it
nice.
made him interested in getting to know me more. I think it intrigued him.
I mean, because the reason why I asked that, and that's good, especially if he's comfortable with it, is I think that was the problem in my previous marriage. Is that men will say that they're comfortable with that.
Jealousy.
Oh, a lot of insecurities, because you think about when he thinks about who I dated in the past, and he starts to compare himself to them.
Don't
You know what I'm
think that.
saying? And the idea that I may have to work with these people again, or just the idea that men fantasize about Gigi. Like my ex, I definitely know that was a part of.
It was a problem
his
for a
issue.
previous relationship of mine too. But with him, he's so supportive. He tells me so much how he's proud of me and how he's so happy for everything that I'm doing right now. And, he's actually seen in the 9 months me manifest things that are happening right now. And he's been
And you're big
so
shit. Do you know who I am?
Oh, thank you.
They did a whole episode for you from Pussy Valley, for P Valley.
Yes. Episode 5.
Baby.
Season 2.
Okay.
Yes. That was a good time.
Episode 5, season 2.
Yes.
Gigi.
So I had to ask him how would he feel, what are your thoughts on it, because your people want to see, and he's just like, you were working, and it was 2 years ago, and and I told him that, like, well, what about in the future? I want to act. What if I get a movie role and I have a sex scene? Like,
And not gonna
how
put
do
you
you
in that
feel?
that.
Right? They want the sexologist to ooze sex from her pores.
I love somebody.
So, and I would actually love to do a sex scene on camera. That's the only way I'll ever do porn. I won't do
Really?
real porn. I mean, besides what's in my phone. I won't do real porn, but I'll fuck the shit out of somebody fake on camera.
Okay, listen, it is very, like, you feel a way. You feel like a power.
I can't wait. I want to do that. So I asked him how would he feel about that, and allegedly he's fine with it. So we'll just have to see what happens when it happens.
I was about to say, full
But-
on, no bra.
No, they be laying it all out. I mean, I was a stripper. I was
You said I
elbows
have
and
to
booty
make sure
holes.
that you take care of him really, really well that night.
I was elbows and booty holes for the world to see for 10 whole years, girl.
Wait a minute. Was
I'm
it
sure it's a few
elbows and
people in this
booty
room
holes?
that's seen my vagina before. Besides Jason.
Look, I see someone.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
It was nice.
So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But as far as you dealing with a man while you're in a relationship, doing a sex scene while you're in a relationship, like, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I was seeing someone when I was filming Constant Cougar, which is a very sexual, fluid, and forward film.
Mm-hmm.
And my partner was just more so, he wanted me to do the role well.
Okay.
He doesn't want me to suck on camera.
Mhm.
But he also wanted me, listen, use your professionalism and know that you love me while you're doing this. You love me. You have someone else.
Was that like foreplay for you? Did you go home and
No.
okay.
No, that's where you have to separate.
Okay.
Now, first of all, I wasn't single and he's married. So that's the first thing that stands right in the forefront of your mind is like, I want to respect this environment. But I am a woman and he is a
You
man.
are human.
Yeah, right. I'm
Yeah.
human. And so that's what I'm saying with Tristan in particular. He was very professional. So the way he played outside of the camera was really, really dope. And it got me into character. Like, he never went out of character until we said cut and it was done filming. So it made it easier, whatever. As long as you talk to your partner,
Yeah.
you have a good conversation, they respect you, and they know that you love them. Hey,
Have you ever dated a man that was like jealous of like your persona or the way that people?
I don't think
Let's
I've
go
dated a man
you.
who wasn't.
Wow. How do you deal with that?
Well, you know what? I understand it. So if I can function within my relationship and they don't make it an issue or act insecure, I get it. I'll play with them. They didn't like that you was kissing me like that. So you want to try to do it? Do you want to kiss me better? Yeah, you know. You got to make them feel better.
You got to make it work for you.
Yes, got to make it work for you.
Flip
But I
that.
do
Flip the script on his ass.
Yeah, imagine
Yeah.
your man is like, yo, Gigi, he just saw like your breasts. It's okay for you to be jealous. That's the reason, honey. I understand. I'm gonna take care of you later.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay. So any more dating shows in the future? Would you do it again?
If it
Maybe
was
not
just
as
me.
competition, but
Yes.
okay.
I would do it, and I love Lisa Ray and Kim Michelle. Beautiful, beautiful women. But they were strong competition, one. And two, I think it makes... I've always had a relationship with them. First of all, I had a relationship before we went on the show.
Right.
Does it make it a little sticky and different?
Yeah.
At
a little
one
bit.
point, it felt like that.
Okay.
So I don't even want to feel like that about, any female, let alone females that I'm fond of. So, and plus, I think that I would be myself more if I did a solo dating show because I wouldn't be looking at it as a competition.
What about if you're already in a relationship, not doing a dating show, but doing something with your man? Like how
On TV?
Holly and her husband have a show.
It
like,
would have
would
to
you be
make
able to
sense.
be on the show and be in the working environment if you were in a relationship with somebody or even married?
I think it would have to make sense. I'm not against it, but I'm not necessarily for it either. I think that most of my friends, believe it or not, are part of a franchise that has their relationship in the forefront, like Love and Hip Hop. I'm really good friends with Yandy and Mendices, Rashida and Kirk, Bambi and Scrappy. But a lot of those relationships go through some really tough things in front of the camera. Candy and Todd. I have a lot of friends that have their relationship on TV and they don't always
don't always work out.
Not saying
it
that
can create a rift.
It can definitely
sometimes
do
with
that.
the outside influence and the opinions and just people being straight up messy.
Yes,
right?
and we're human, so those comments do have some type of effect. So I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't do it, but I'm not against it completely.
So what type of guys are you dating right now that you aren't having sex with?
Grown men, at least that's what they carry themselves like. I want to be very clear that you can take me to Maldives, which I love, by the way. Just so far, it's a really long trip.
Flight.
Yeah, a long flight. But that's not going to get me to have sex with you. I need someone who is, one, already taking care of their business sexually, so I don't have to worry about that temperature or whatever, and respects me. So the men that I'm dating, they're grown men. They're older, most of them in age. And they just respect me as an individual. They like being around me. I like that. I'm around people that like my company.
What's like the age range? You said you date older men. So what's the age range? Like what's like a hard, like, okay, he's too old. And then what's like on the other scale? Because I'm currently dating somebody younger.
Right. And I have guys that are younger that actually come at me, but I don't see the reality in that for me.
These 20-somethings been knocking my DMs down for the past 5 years.
Listen, I talked to my 26-year-old about that. She's like, I don't know what it is. You're going to just mom them. Exactly. So I don't want to waste your time. I'm really like, I'm mothering a little bit. I like being a mom and a wife.
This is a first for me with the age gap, with me being the older age.
Okay. Do you like it?
And I like it.
Yeah, it's
I joke about it all the time.
sexy.
Like I be calling him a 12-year-old and like
Oh, see.
I mean like because you 12, but
No.
you know, we have fun with it. It really did have to grow on me. But my whole thing was, and this is what made me kind of like, all right, I could do this.
Yeah.
Because for one, he is the same age as my kid.
Right.
Just about. They were
Just
the same
about.
age for like 60 days,
Yeah.
right? But if I didn't have a kid when I was a kid, then he wouldn't be the same age as my kid.
Yes.
For one,
And
right?
it would be okay if you did
For
that.
two, I was just with someone that you know,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
For, I don't know, a lot of years, 10 decade and more, right?
A lot of your life,
And he
yeah.
was 15 years older than me. So it's
Shut
never,
up. Yes.
yeah, right? So
Yeah.
it's never an issue when the man is older.
No.
Nobody bats an eye when the man is older. But when the woman is older, there's so much chatter about it.
Well, don't get me wrong. I have friends who are in their 20s. It's not something I'm proud of. It's just something that's factual. Some friends who I know, well, in the environment that I'm in, I meet all range of age or whatever. But I have to personally know for myself if this is not going to, we're not having the same type of conversations. I don't have the same way of chilling. Like, I'm a homebody. When I'm not working or whatever, I like to make my home my oasis. So some guys are young and they want to just get out and travel, whatever. Yeah, want to be outside. I'm not really into that. So I don't know if this
are more homebodies. They're more established. They got more.
And they, even when they want to travel,
what they want, they know what they need.
Yes, they want to travel to relax. They don't want to travel to vlog. They don't want. Yes, no, they want to travel to
chill.
To chill. So I'm like, okay, I can deal with it. I'm here for that. And plus, I like to be controlled. I want someone who I can be submissive with.
I like a little authority.
Yes, I want you to be. I'm a Capricorn, so I don't want to be the male energy in the relationship. I need somebody that's older that feel like, girl, relax, I got this. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Please have this.
So, yeah, this whole age thing is like really something that's really prevalent in my life right now. It's something that I battle with on a daily basis because I really do love him and I'm so happy for my relationship and it's new, but it's working.
I like the way you look when you talk about it. So it must feel good to you. But you're such a strong being.
Mama is 2 years older than me.
What does she say?
She loves me.
Okay.
I met his mom and his grandma.
But if the mother loves you, then it's
and the grandma
normally okay.
And the grandma, yeah.
But would you ever get tired of the age gap?
I asked him that. Like, in 20 years, because, you want to get married,
right, and have more babies.
Exactly, and that's a whole process. But in 20 years, I mean, if it's right, I'll give him the baby. But in 20 years, are you going to roll over and be like, this old bitch?
No.
Be trying to trade me?
I think that once you fall in love, that is off the table. No, I mean,
he was like, baby, as fine as you are. Another, I'm fine now.
Exactly.
Okay,
but no,
off one day.
What older woman and young couple?
Cher, Madonna. They're like big age gap.
Who stayed together the whole time? Like, I was in love with Demi and Ashton at one point.
Yes.
That was so sexy. They're not still together, are they?
They aren't, but that was a
really sexy
and they
one.
make it work.
Yeah.
They look good together.
But
I know he in
work. Cher's still with the young guy?
She is with the young guy. He's like in his 20s. He's like
Amber Rose's
yes.
baby dad? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess
and Madonna is with like a 28-year-old.
How long have they been together?
I'm not sure, but she's 66.
I mean, and then Tammy has a younger guy.
Yes.
Tammy Roman.
Yeah.
She has a younger guy, whatever, and that works.
And that's working. I love them.
I mean, I guess it could work. And not only that,
I want it to work.
If it feels good, yes. If it feels good to you, then go for it. That's what I say. If it feels good, go for it. Please. Rub some of that off over here.
So let's talk surgery, girl.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me have
Thank you, me too.
Take care of it, shaking it up.
This is now my favorite conversation ever since my ex-plant. Yes, I do. Okay, I'm gonna need that recipe. Because that was really delicious.
Okay, you can have the little secret recipe.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank
you. And then you got one for yourself because I feel like you can.
Yeah, you don't want to miss out.
Give me one. Like you can use.
Okay, so what we toasting to?
We are toasting to the attitude is forever gratitude.
Yeah. Oh, I like
and
that.
That's what got me on this couch today.
Guys, the attitude is forever gratitude.
Forever gratitude.
Salute.
Yes.
Oh, this is real dangerous. Yeah. He made me one of these. He might actually get some. Baby.
So, all smiles and sunshine, peaches and cream and rainbows. Your life seems just so perfect. You look good.
Thank you.
Good. You give out good energy. Is there a time that you can recall yourself ever taking loss?
Yes, absolutely. First of all, thank you. That makes me feel good. But maybe I'll get bigger roles in acting because maybe I'm putting on an act because, baby, life be lifing. Like I said, February 13th, I don't want to mark that date as a date that I have to hold as, okay, tragedy is going to happen. But definitely divorce is like death. We have a mutual friend, Jason. Yeah, it's a loss. Jason was a part of my tribe, and he will tell you there were times where I didn't recognize myself or people wouldn't recognize me. I was so thin. I was so broken. And I guess, like you said, I was used to the world seeing me with, everything in place. So to have things be matters of the heart, I didn't have any control over that. You know, I couldn't put a front up. My heart was really, really broken. And I'm like, of all men, it would be you. But that also told me how much I loved him. I loved him like really, really deep. So I was broken then. And then when I lost my niece, I don't think I felt pain like that. I don't think I felt.
Grief is different.
It's different.
A lot of people don't know this about me. But I have breath out. Like I spent about I did it from like
Okay.
yeah.
What got you there?
So I lost my mom. It'll be 8 years in August.
I'm sorry.
Thinking of cancer, and I was with her through that transition, through the whole process of learning she had cancer, going to her appointments with her, through the chemo with her, and being the only of her 4 daughters that could really be there with her every day through every step of the way. Right.
Mm-hmm.
My sisters all have kids and husbands, and I was the only one that's out here hustling, so I had time to actually be there for my mother.
Right.
And I'm so grateful for that experience. We didn't always have the best relationship, and we were able to really bond in a different way before I lost her. So I'm grateful for that time. However, my dad also passed away, and he passed away on her birthday.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. It'll be 3 years in October that my dad died on my mom's birthday.
Help. And speaking of doctors, you were like a sexologist.
Oh, girl, self-proclaimed.
That's a self-proclaimed sexologist.
Self-proclaimed.
First of all, every woman, I don't care what she says, wants to be a sexologist. Not even just because she wants to have a whole bunch of sex, or maybe because she wants to have a whole bunch of sex. But every woman wants to be a sexologist. What makes you that, and how can I become that?
Yeah. So here's the thing. I think you learn from experience.
Okay.
And I've been in long-term relationships. I've been a sneaky link. I've been a mistress. I've been a sugar baby. And I've had a lot of sex. Like, I'm not ashamed to say that I've had a lot of sex in the 30 years that I've been having sex. Like,
was it good sex?
I enjoy
Majority?
sex. Yes, and I enjoy sex. And as a woman, I should enjoy sex. And we
Yes.
should not be ashamed for enjoying. Like, listen, men want us to have sex when they want us to have it. But
don't
when we
like it.
speak about enjoying sex, or we talk about how we
We're
want
whores.
sex, then we whores.
Yeah.
It's like, you want me to have sex or not?
Right.
You want me to be two-body Tiffany that can't go back? Or you want me to know what the fuck I'm doing when I ride that dick? Like, what's up?
Okay, so sexologist has to do with experience.
In my terms.
Okay, so first of all, you have to be experienced. How many men have you had to have sex with?
Girl,
or
I
fucked
don't know
or been
those.
with
I don't know
for you to
that.
say I'm experienced.
Because here's the thing. You can have a lot of sex with one partner. You can have a lot of sex with multiple partners.
So true.
Either way, you're having a lot of sex.
Okay.
Right? I was in a 12-year relationship. We had a lot of sex.
Okay.
I've also had one-night stands and first date sex. I've had first date sex and ended up in a 65-day engagement.
So I'm curious, because you're a sexologist, what makes sex good sex? If you had an orgasm or you had a good time?
If you have a good time, I've had good sex where I didn't orgasm, and that's okay.
Same. And
That's
it was
okay.
okay. I actually
I
desired
feel like women can do that, but men can't.
No.
I feel like if a man don't come, then it wasn't
That's very
different.
selfish, by the way, gentlemen.
It is, but I feel like that's how they think. I feel like if they don't finish, then it was a bust. Pun intended.
No, then that was a nut waiting to happen if you're smart.
But I
Come
feel
back
like
later. The bust is going to be even greater
I feel like as a woman, we can definitely have a good sexual experience
without having an orgasm. Yes, that's why I'm celibate.
Yeah.
I have nice experiences.
Yeah, but the
No,
whole sexologist thing is just something that I play around with. I would go and get like a real certification though. Just to fit the
How
course.
can I become a sexologist?
Well, there's a certification course.
Experience and then a
Well,
course.
there's really a certification course.
You have a course?
I did not,
Oh, okay.
but I would take one just to kind of like solidify me as a real sexologist.
Okay, so I don't want to embarrass myself. I'm already 47 years young.
Mm-hmm.
So being that, I better have some things under my belt. What do I need to know how to do? What's a go-to? Because what if I don't like butt sex? Anal
You
sex.
don't have to have anal sex.
Okay, good, perfect. Then I could be a sexologist. So listen, what if
You don't like anal?
No.
I like anal.
It's a go-to. Me having this butt, you having that butt, they want to just
Yeah,
go
they gotta
there.
stick
So
something
my
in it.
thing is, no, we got to be really, really drunk and really into each other, very married, and then we can have
Very
butt sex.
married.
But it's just
Butt-
not going to be on the menu, just on the
Butt
norm.
sex is fucking hilarious.
Yes, it's. So what should I be saying?
I mean, anal, but I just like the way it
Anal
sounds when
is
you
so
say
anal.
sex, right?
I'm drunk. Okay, so now, do I have to be able to swallow cum?
Do you not?
I think I want something a little bit. Is my daughter in here?
Girl, yes, she is. Just close your ears.
Close your ears. No, I want somebody like spray it on me. As
I like it on
opposed
my face.
Yes, I'd rather have it on my face than
I
my
love
throat.
it on my. I think that's my favorite place for it to lay.
Yeah, like I think when we were young, we were like, "Oh, I want to swallow it." No, we don't. The fuck, we don't. It doesn't taste good. We don't like it.
Well, if he eats clean and eats the right things, it will taste good.
But I'm not interested. I don't want your nut. You don't want to ask him. Does he want to swallow his nut?
He's not. But
Exactly. So
if
I don't.
you think it's somewhere down your throat that you don't taste it anyway, then just and it's over. It's gone. Magician, you swallowed it and disappeared. It's gone. It's no longer this.
Do that again.
You're swimming in your stomach.
Okay, so with your straw, what does that mean?
I'm just saying, if I'm not about to, because, but I'm just saying, if the dick is far enough when he's about to orgasm, then it's just gonna shoot up the back of the throat club. So
I don't know if I like it, but I like to hear you talk about it.
sucking dick is my well, no.
Do you like gay porn?
I like to suck dick. I love gay porn. Yeah, I mean, girl on girl porn is my go-to category, but I like to watch the men do it too. It's a turn.
What does that make us?
I don't know. I like it. I like what I like. I don't categorize myself as.
I like gay men. Have you ever been attracted to a gay man?
No.
Yes, that's a problem for me.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Not intentionally.
Okay.
I think that the men that I end up being attracted to, I find out later that they are.
Oh.
It's really.
So
you know
you
what?
like the? Is it the aesthetic? Is it the?
It's definitely not the aesthetic.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like I don't. Like, I love who Jason is, of course, but that's family, so I would never go there. But the idea of, like, a Jason.
Yeah, see, no.
Jason?
No.
Jason is so thorough. Jason takes
my
care of
brother
me.
for the past-
No, if it wasn't, well, mine too, so if it wasn't him. But the way that Jason is as an individual.
But do you think that he's that way because he's gay? I think he's just a man.
No, I think
he's still very much like a gentleman and
Yes.
what's the word?
I don't know. He's charismatic. He's gentle. He's patient.
Yes.
He's assertive.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay,
we
sorry.
can we can love on Jason all day long. So let's talk about surgery.
Okay, let's
Let's talk about surgery. I've had a lot of surgery.
Have you?
I've had lipo twice. I've had breast implants twice. I'm fresh off the Botox and filler table. I have a whole new face. And I'm here for it, right? And I'm going to keep doing it. I want a facelift when it's time.
Okay, that's what I'm afraid of.
You know, I'm not. And, you know, these days, a BBL is like the only word people know when it comes to surgery.
And that's not what the case is on everybody. I have not had a BBL, but I've definitely had my tummy tuck and my breasts done.
Right.
I needed it.
And because they see body, yada, yada, because they see curves, they automatically assume, oh, she had a BBL.
No. So first of all, let's school them on that.
Yes, please.
First, a BBL includes the butt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
It's when you have lipo in anywhere on your body, including the chin, the arms, the stomach, the thighs, and you take that fat and you have it harvested and transferred.
do they do all of that?
Girl, they do the thighs, they do the torso, they do the arms, they do the chin. Yeah.
Okay, no.
Raw.
I haven't even had anything close to a BBL.
I just had
But you know what? I think when I went to go get my breast and my tummy done, I don't think that was the crave at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was
Same.
getting a BBL. So I don't think that was what was going on.
I got my titties done so long ago, and I
Me
did
too.
get my butt done, but I got the old school butt shots.
Okay, so the only reason why I did not get butt shots, not that I thought that I needed them, but the only no, I'm gonna tell you why.
I didn't need them.
No, the reason why I thought I needed them is because genetically I have like dips in my thighs. Well, it's better now.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm in the gym and I'm using weights, it's much better. But I mean, when the world started looking at you with, you know, a magnifying glass, then you wanted to perfect
Do
everything.
you attest that to social media? Do you think social media
Absolutely.
made everybody look at you with the
Girl, my cellulite was a hit when I was growing up in high school. Once social media came out, every little detail about you that wasn't perfect was like magnified, and it was a thing. And it played on a lot of our, you know, our conscious. Like a lot of us self-consciously, my 14-year-old, she swears, Mom, the way that you always want to work out, you have body dysmorphia. Excuse me?
That's not body dysmorphia.
No, I told her, I said, it's a mental thing. She was like, you don't see your body as already being.
You have to maintain it. And that's the whole thing about surgery. People don't understand that not all surgery, when you see a shape, is a BBL, for one.
It is.
Not,
it is.
and
That's a
then
lot.
you have to maintain. You don't just get surgery and then it magically stays that way forever. You have to work out, and you have to eat clean, you have to maintain it. So when the surgery girls are in the gym, it's because they're saving they're in protecting their investment.
Actually, you'll be in the gym more. Because all of that, you know, genetic stuff start to play out after you know, healed and had your surgery or whatever. And you'll find things that you don't like. And so you have to use the gym in order for you to you know, like move those muscles. Like I didn't want my stomach to have that weird wavy thing going on or whatever. So I was immediately, as soon as they said that I can go to the gym, I stayed on it or whatever.
So the number one perception versus reality that I see that they say about you is that you got your nose done.
And I've never.
I know you get sick of it.
Well, no, I tell my daughter all the time now that the things that I walk so a lot of people can run. Let me tell you, for majority of my career, I've been talking about contouring. And how there is something magical about being able to have a brush and a contouring pad. I should have made that palette nose job a long time ago by Deelishis, because now everybody contours. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. Back in 2007, 2008, when I was doing it, you were accusing me of having a nose job. And now the girls are doing it. Shout out to me. And not that I came up with it, but it was just a thing that I was always judged for. I started to think I had a nose job in my sleep or something, because it was just like, you thought Deelishis and you thought nose job. But no, I just always knew how to do my makeup.
Back to this whole sex and sexologist conversation. I just want to tap on this real quick. So every woman swears that she has the best sex. Every woman is like, oh, my coochie's so wet. Oh, my coochie's so tight. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I suck so much dick. I'm so the best at that. Thoughts?
I think it's individual based. I'm not a heavily sexual person or whatever. I think it's definitely due to traumas and things that I've gone through. I've been sexually assaulted before when I was young. So I'm not connected to sex based on a competition to be the best in bed. I think when I connect sexually, it's based on an intimate moment with that individual.
That person.
So I not think that I'm the best. Absolutely. I'm going to talk you out of your drawers. We are going to do a lot of touching. We're going to do a lot of foreplay before we actually, by the time we get to intimacy, you're busting already.
So is there a place in the bedroom where you feel as though you lack? Is there something that you feel like you should be or can be better at when it comes to sex and intimacy?
Not that I've been told, or not that I can recall, but because I haven't had sex in over a year, but maybe that. Maybe I should, I don't know. I'm really good. When I decide to have sex, I
feel your passion, right? And you're empathetic. So you have that
I'm a giver.
Type of,
Yeah, I'm a giver.
You're also a healer, so you have all of the things going. Do you feel that you initiate on a more regular basis, or do you just kind of wait for it to happen?
Yes, I have to initiate, just because the men that I'm dating don't want to offend me, knowing that I have my celibacy going on or whatever. So I make it my business to let you know, you can come in here. You can come over here.
You can come in here.
You can come over here.
You can come in here.
Oh, you can. Don't do that. But no, I let them know. So I do like to be a little bit assertive with that or whatever. And that's my thing too. I may not be having sex, but I'm doing some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we making out. We're having intimate moments.
I love making out. Just so you don't forget that she's there.
So you out here teasing, sis.
No,
pretty much.
No, I'm
just out here dangling the carrot.
I'm
out here dangling the coochie.
I'm putting a pin in it,
baby.
So you know that it gets greater later.
You out here dangling that coochie and dragging him along. Just follow it.
I just want to make sure that it makes sense. When I do that, I want to have sex raw.
Oh, girl.
Like, I want to really know you. I don't want to have a condom even in between us. When I finally say that's that.
How about women with condoms? As a single woman, did you carry condoms?
No, I never carried condoms.
I
didn't. By the time I was intimate, if I was intimate with you, you were my man. But no, so I've never been the type to carry condoms. I think it's wise. I have two daughters, so I definitely tell them to carry condoms. But no, if I was fucking you, I was fucking you raw.
So I wish that we could carry this conversation on forever and ever and ever. But unfortunately, we're going to have to continue this off camera. But before we wrap, I just want to, for one, thank you so much for being here and joining me on the Pink Couch for Pink Conversations on NowThatsTV. And I want to know what's next. What should the people know? Where can they find you? What you got happening? That whole thing. That's right.
Well, you guys can follow me. First of all, thank you for having me. This has been amazing. Congratulations. You can follow me at I Am So Deelishis on all things social media. IAMSODEELISHIS. That's on Twitter, as well as Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. But you can look for me in movies. I do have 2 that I'm currently working on. A nice sitcom, some voiceovers, and music.
Because you can sing, girl.
Yes, and I am working with the famous Dennis McKinley.
Have you ever sang to the dick?
I'm sure. Yeah, I've been married twice, so
maybe if I could sing, I would sing to the dick.
Girl, okay, so if you could sing, what would you sing?
To the dick.
Yes.
Oh, girl, I don't even got to think about it. I'm singing Beyonce, Dangerously in Love too. So, girl, again, thank you so much for coming and joining me today on the couch. We got so much more to talk about, girl.
Yes.
Like, we got to continue this off
We
camera.
do.
Meantime, in between time, you know where we at. You know what it is. I will
Okay.
forever be your favorite stripper's favorite stripper. And here we have a poll.
Oh my God.
So, let's make our way too close so we can dance on about this thing.